you will feel as if Himalaya is speaking to you. You will be so much engrossed with the beauty of Himalaya, you will just forget yourself. So possibly Yudhishthira thought, because I am going there not on pilgrimage, I will come back. Those who go on pilgrimage, जो विष्णु देवी जाते हैं या हरिद्वार जाते हैं, ऋषिकेश जाते हैं, जाके वापस आ जाते हैं ना, थोड़ी कोई मरने के लिए जाता है उधर. तो युधिष्ठिर सोचा तो मैं तो जिंदा में रहूं, because लॉर्ड कृष्ण हैज लेफ्ट, तो इसलिए तो आई डोंट वांट टू सर्वाइव, क्योंकि जिसके लिए हम जिंदा रहते थे वो तो चले गए, मैं फिर किस लिए जिंदा रहूं. तो मरना है तो मैं ऐसे जगह में मरूंगा जहां आई विल लूज माई सेल्फ, आई विल लूज माई एग्जिस्टेंस. मैं कभी फील नहीं करूंगा आई वाज समटाइम्स ऑन दिस अर्थ. So sometimes if you visit Himalaya, never visit with family, you will definitely feel coming back. Go alone, not with frustration with the world. You go alone and see you have lost yourself in the beauty of Himalaya. वो कभी मैं describe, I had 3 months stay in Himalaya, in Kashmir, and 3 years stay in Bhutan. And I have done inch by inch mapping, Of course, geologists lose their aesthetic sense, their beauty sense geologists lose, They always see rocks, palliation plains, buildings, They lose the importance of beauty that lies with the Himalaya, with the mountains. But still then, the beauty is so deep, you cannot just forget that. So many people do field work specifically, just to be relaxed, for a few days and do the geological things. So that is the reason why the Himalayan tectonics, Himalayan geology has attracted so many people, outside, inside, And the most attractive thing of Himalayan geology, you cannot go here and there. See, in Aravalli, suppose you are working, you can move, to collect the data, you can move here, you can move there, things are accessible. But Himalaya is not accessible. Though you can see many things open, but you cannot reach everywhere. See, there are some well-defined foot tracks the villagers have made over so many years. You will be only following those foot tracks. If you want to go little, even 1 meter beyond it, you cannot come back. So steep, climbing is a little easier, but getting down is very tough. So you cannot dare to go out of your foot track. You will be only following those foot tracks and do the field work. So it is easy, because if you have a tendency to move here and sneak here and there, it becomes thorns may come, the stony boulders may come. But if you are following only a foot track, there is no other option, it becomes easier. So doing field work in Himalaya is easy. Then doing field work in Aravalli is easy, because you have to only follow the foot track. You have no second option. So those who do field work in Himalaya, they go and the foot tracks are built, all along the river course. जहाँ रिवर है उसका साइड पे फुट ट्रैक बनता है और रोड भी बनता है. एक्टर्स में तो हो ही नहीं सकता. So your field work is only confined to the foot track. So whatever knowledge we have about the Himalayan geology or Himalayan tectonics, it is on the basis of those foot track geology. See, even right from Gens or even Haim, those who are pioneer works in Himalayan geology, they have only followed those foot tracks which we are also following today. Suppose you want to go to Sur Murari or Sube Murari from Simla, only one foot track. You cannot make a second foot track also. The hill is so steep, it will not stay there. Landslide will occur next year. That is why Himalayan geology is just confined to those few foot tracks. So whatever knowledge we have about the Himalayan geology, is just limited. It is not inch by inch mapping, as we do in case of peninsular belts. Suppose somebody asks you, you produce a map of Aravalli, you can produce in any scale, because you have data from every meter. You have gone to, suppose Aravalli, for field work. You can walk and collect the field work, data in this direction, behind, walk, anywhere. But Himalaya, only few data. With that you have to interpret all these things. Many things you may lose along the foot track, but you have to interpret, extend it, extrapolate it. That is how Himalayan geology is defined. But still then, nowadays the imageries have come, satellite imageries or lands. So many imageries are now, Google imageries have come, so large scale structures are more or less understood. Those small scale structures, you have very little accessibility, except those foot tracks, but large scale structures are more or less understood. to understand this Himalayan tectonics, you should be aware of certain events. Like I'll write down. Otherwise, see, this time scale you just keep by heart. One is, let me start with. I'll just write down. Can you tell me what is the age of Jurassic? So this is the just a minute. This is the Paleozoic. Paleozoic. Then it starts Mesozoic. Mesozoic. Then is your Cenozoic or Tertiary. Let me write. Can you tell me roughly when Mesozoic is again divided into three parts? What is that? Triassic, Jurassic, Cretaceous. The Paleozoic is 540 we are putting. But what is the base of Triassic? 250. Very good. Jurassic? 200 let us write, yeah? 200. 180 is this? 145. 145. Okay. 145 let me write. But you mark a line where 200 passes. 200 passes. 200 million is a very important event in Himalaya. Only if we remember these time scales, understanding Himalayan tectonics will become difficult. Also, mix करते हैं. Now, then Jurassic, Cretaceous. Cretaceous कब हुआ? 65 million year. Now, then come the Tertiary. Tertiary में क्या? Can you just tell me? Details Paleocene है. Alright, Paleocene. Spelling थोड़ा देख लेना. Paleocene, Eocene, then Miocene. Oligocene. Then Miocene. Then Pliocene. So this is roughly alright 55. Eocene starts with 55. Eocene is a very important event in Himalaya. That is why I am serious about this ages, 55. Oligocene starts with 35. Yeah, that day we are talking about American subduction, San Andreas. Miocene starts with 25. Then Pliocene starts with 5. Then Pleistocene is 1.8 or 2. Then Pleistocene will come. Pleistocene will come. Tell me.
145 is above. The end of Jurassic is at 145.
End of?
At 200. So Jurassic is 200 to 144. That is 200.
200. So that is why I am writing 200 here.
So 145 is above.
145 is here. That is what Jurassic. The 200 million is very important event in Himalaya. That is start of Jurassic. Because I thought I might be a little ahead of time. So this is 200. Fine. This is 145 is Cretaceous base. And is 65. So these are some of the milestones in Himalayan tectonics. You should remember. Now I will tell you a little going to Himalaya. Now, the Himalaya has come out of Tethys Ocean, isn't it? The Tethys Ocean was existing between what and what? Between India and Eurasia. So like this, if you see India is here, then it goes down, and China or Eurasia was here, no? Or China, whatever you can see, Eurasia was. So this ocean, how old is this ocean? Who will tell you? The sediments inside this will tell you. No? The sediments inside this, with this Tethys ocean, tell you how old is the ocean? From the ocean, from the sedimentary preservation of the sedimentary rocks. Now these sedimentary rocks, what type of sedimentary rocks are they? I'll just tell you, they are all PCM type of sediments. PCM you understand, no? Passive continental margin type of sediments. Because here there is no subduction zone. There may be medusan somewhere here. Both sides were the continental margin, just like Atlantic continental margin. You understand that? So the sediments which are accumulating here over the like this. PCM type. PCM you understood ना? PCM type of sediments are occur at the trailing edge of the continent. बीच में एक मीडियोसेनिक रीज होता है, दोनों साइड में कॉन्टिनेंट ऐसे स्प्रेड करते हैं. So these are the areas where the sediments are being deposited. This is called passive continental margin type of sediment. So this was a passive continental margin type of rocks were accumulated. So if I say some rock here, I will say there are PCM. So PCM consists of what? PCM consists of your quartzites, QPC. QPC means quartzite, the sandstone. Then L is your shale. Then C is your limestone. So these are three important rocks in a PCM. वो alternate करता है. पहला आता है suppose quartzite, shale, limestone, quartzite, shale, limestone. Like this, they repeat. So if you see this package, you see alternation of limestone, shale, and quartzite. Quartzite, you understand, this is a sedimentary rock. I am telling you, yeah? Sandstone. Now, जो है ना ये तीनों पैकेज है, इसका एज देखेंगे. So these are the Tethyan sediments. These are called Tethyan sediments or Tethyan sediments. Understood this part now? Tethyan sediments. So these sediments, what is the age of these Tethyan sediments? The oldest age is Cambrian. Remember, or latest part of the Proterozoic. Latest part of Proterozoic क्या होता है? Ediacaran, something like that. It is called. You forget the Ediacaran. But you just think it is Cambrian. The oldest age is Cambrian. You have to follow this point now. So you have a Cambrian beginning, passive continental margin type of sediments accumulated in the Tethys. That is how Tethys Sea is defined. You have to follow this. It is very calm and quiet sea, sitting right from the Cambrian time till when? Till the subduction will start. That is the lifespan of Tethys. Till the subduction starts, the lifespan of Tethys will be defined. The oldest rock in the PCM and when the subduction starts. जब subduction start होगा, this will provide you also sediments into the basin, but the sediment is called what? Flis. Once sediment starts means it will be recorded in the sediments. Once subduction starts, it will provide this island arc will form. The deformation will start once subduction starts. So that will provide one group of sediments which will not be PCM type. They will be flis, ACM type, active continental margin type. Those will be immature. There will not be layering like limestone, shale, and quartzite. So this system will totally disturb. So the lifespan of this ocean is between Cambrian and when subduction starts. That is how. So when I speak some quartzite, it is PCM quartzite. So there are some important, very important formations in the Tethys. You should remember their names, कुछ नाम बताता हूँ, पूरा नाम नहीं लेता हूँ, because otherwise you have to mug up, Very important is smooth quartzite. Smooth quartzite, very strong, thick horizon, almost extending over entire Tethys. कहीं भी जाओ, हिमालय कश्मीर में भी हिमालय हिमाचल प्रदेश में भी हिमालय है, हिमालय नेपाल में भी है, हिमालय भूटान में भी है, हिमालय अरुणाचल प्रदेश में भी है. You will get smooth quartzite. Such a strong and very extensive horizon. So this is, what is the age of smooth quartzite? Devonian. So like this, there are some Syringotharis limestone. पढ़ाया होगा कोई Syringotharis limestone. Then so this is maybe what is the age? Carboniferous. Okay, Carboniferous. Then there is some volcanic rocks, Punjab volcanics. Punjab volcanics. What is this? Permian. These are very strong and very extensive horizons. Everywhere, all along the Himalaya, we get these things. So this is used as a stratigraphic correlation. So these are the things which are deposited in the PCM. Till today, till that point, everything is very normal, very calm and quiet. The seashore was roaring here, separating different phases, into three parts. हाई एनर्जी कंडीशन में डिपॉजिट होने से स्पेसीज सेपरेशन होता है ना. You must have seen the present day Bay of Bengal coast or the Arabian coast. Arabian coast is not so stable also. Okay. Now, you see, I'll show you the cartoon again. So this is your Paleozoic ocean. This is your Paleozoic sea. This is where you are standing. Paleozoic sea. Paleozoic sea. Now, you see. You come. So now, this is the situation. Right from here to here, you forget this Tibbet. Tibbet will be joined with China. So now it is called Prototethys. So once it joins with that, this becomes Tethys. So just forget that Tibbet is a part of China now. So this is your Tethys ocean. What I have drawn here. So this is the passive continental margin type of sea existing here. So sediments are being derived from this place are being deposited here. Understood now? Now you see this sea is coming and entering here. Can you see? The Paleozoic sea is not this side. This is Assam. Paleozoic sea यहाँ बंद हो गया है. ऑस्ट्रेलिया और इंडिया का जो joining है, it is not coming inside, but it is entering into here, up to Madagascar. You see ना, Madagascar होके यहाँ नीचे नर्मदा रिवर में घुसता है अंदर तक. I have told you earlier ना, this sea incursion has taken place up to Hanumangarh, some place what is it, where the marine Gondwana is occurring. Mahendragarh. So this is the god, here. Up to this the sea is extended. So this is the difference between this and this side. Western side of Tethys and eastern side of India, they are different. So you will get these Paleozoic rocks, here. Paleozoic rocks आपको राजस्थान में मिलेगा. राजस्थान, पाकिस्तान बॉर्डर में मिलेगा Paleozoic rocks. But इस साइड में नहीं मिलेगा आपको. Paleozoic rocks are here. They will form Himalaya. ये तो यहाँ हिमालय बनेगा. But ये जो जगह है western side of राजस्थान. Can you tell me what are the Paleozoic rocks there? एक बाप बेड है. बाप बेड है ना. These are पहले जहाँ ये लोग Cairns energy drilling, for oil. In the Paleozoic rocks, they are Himalayan sediments. Tethys sediments, they are occurring this side. Paleozoic rocks. So this is existing there. They have not been deformed because ये इधर है यहाँ. Now this will start moving now. So this becomes protected. So western part of Rajasthan, the Parmer Basin. What is that? I do not remember. But there are some Paleozoic rocks here. Can you tell me some names? One is the Bap bed, I remember. Another is Bilmoria. Something like that. You just see. So remember that there are some Paleozoic rocks here. Equivalent of Tethys. That is why this Cairns energy is drilling. अभी तो सब बंद बना कर दिया उसको. जो भी है, तो इधर है. So now this is your Tethys. You see this cartoon. Why is showing? Can you see this 200 million here? Why significant? I told you.